Every year, thousands of suitcases get raided right under the watch of security cameras. Between 2010 and 2014 alone, CNN reported over 30,000 complaints about valuables vanishing from luggage, totaling more than $2.5 million. And since then, things haven't exactly gotten better. Worst airports for luggage theft? JFK tops the list, with LAX, Orlando, and Miami close behind. Even with cameras everywhere, airport insiders know exactly where the blind spots are. But don't panic yet. In this video, I'm sharing 7 foolproof tips to make sure your suitcase stays untouched all the way from check-in to baggage claim. All right, rule number 1. And yeah, it's the golden rule tons of folks swear by. Take your valuables in your carry-on. Tons of people already live by this. But if you're still stubborn enough to cram your pricey stuff, like your laptop, cash, jewelry, or those must-have contracts into your checked bag, well, buddy, you're rolling the dice big time. That's just begging for a thief to swoop in. Even if your checked luggage somehow slips past the crooks, you'll be a nervous wreck the whole flight wondering if it's still there. The smartest strategy is keeping all your valuables in your carry-on, right by your side. Your checked bag? Just stick to the basics. Clothes, shoes, maybe a towel or a book. Stuff thieves wouldn't even glance at twice if they popped it open. Next up, rule number 2. Lock your luggage like a pro. It's a no-brainer. Thieves at airports are all about the quick grab, and a locked bag? They'll usually skip it because cracking it open takes time they don't have. But here's where it gets tricky. What kind of lock should you use? The pros say go for a TSA-approved lock. You know, the ones with that little red diamond logo. Why? If TSA spots something sketchy in your bag on the scanner, they can pop it open with their special key. No fuss. Sounds perfect, right? Well, not so fast. Here's the twist. Those TSA locks are everywhere online. Cheap and easy to snag. So yeah, TSA can open them, but so can any crook who's done their homework. They could crack it, swipe your stuff, and lock it back up like nothing happened. Sneaky, huh? Now, if you roll with a regular lock instead, TSA's not messing around. They'll straight up break it if they need to check inside. And honestly, that's a trade-off you've got to live with. The law says they can bust any lock to keep hundreds of passengers safe if something looks off on that X-ray. Safety first, right? Especially with all the wild stuff going down at airports lately. So, lock it up, but lock it smart. Otherwise, that's like you're just handing thieves an invitation. Okay, rule number 3, don't stuff your checked bag with anything that'll make TSA go, wait, what's that? Look, those X-ray machines are like lie detectors. If something looks fishy, they're popping your bag open faster than you can blink. So what's gonna get you in hot water? The obvious culprits are easy. Anything that could pass for a weapon or scream danger. Knives, sharp objects, gun-shaped lighters, toy guns, even a baseball bat. Simple, right? But watch out. It gets crazier. Everyday stuff can fool the scanner too. Candles or homemade soap? On an X-ray, they're explosives. No joke. Powders like protein mix or unlabeled makeup? TSA might think drugs or bomb residue. Old Bluetooth speakers or beat-up electronics with a rat's nest of wires? Total Sketch City might look like a DIY disaster waiting to blow. And food? Oh man, food's the sneakiest troublemaker. Chunky chocolate or hard cheese, plastic explosive vibes. Vacuum-sealed fish or meat, shady solid alert. Spices or herbal tea with no packaging, drug bust flashback time. Then you've got the weirdos, heavy metal decor, weapon twin alert. Mini golf clubs or dumbbells, TSA's giving them the side eye. Kitchen gear, whisks, fruit knives, corkscrews. If they're rattling around, TSA's all over it. Even your beauty stash can turn on you. Perfume in a funky bottle, mini bomb panic. Aerosol sprays like hairspray with no cap, nope. Trouble. Creams in opaque metal jars? Mystery goo red flag. Who knew your grandma's tea could turn you into a suspect? Here's how to stay chill. Pack tight, label everything so TSA's not guessing. Don't pile all your tech in one spot. Spread it out. Got powders or weird solids? Toss in a label or receipt to prove it's legit. Bonus points if you use a clear baggie so they can peek without unpacking. These aren't banned from checked bags, but they're like TSA catnip. Next thing you know, your lock's toast just for a sniff test. Fun fact, TSA once yanked a guy's bag over a block of cheddar. True story. So, pack smart. or your luggage is the next airport drama queen. All right, you've packed smart. TSA's off your tail, right? Not so fast. Even if they don't legally crack your bag after the scanner, some shady insiders might sneak it open in the shadows. We're talking rogue TSA agents with their fancy TSA keys. Or worse, slick tricks up their sleeve. But the real danger starts once your bag clears security and hits the sorting conveyor. That's prime hunting time for baggage handlers. These guys, along with transit crews or even crooks disguised as airport staff, handle your luggage in areas with minimal oversight. Feels hopeless, right? Yeah. Your suitcase is basically a sitting duck waiting for thieves to strike. Over the years, tons of folks have picked up their bags looking fine on the outside, only to find a mess inside. Stuff gone. How do they pull it off? Your bag's on a wild ride through the airport jungle. Past TSA, onto belts, into the belly of the beast. That's where baggage handlers, sketchy security at some airports, or transit crews take over. Outsiders can't touch it, but insiders? They've got the keys to the kingdom. Their go-to move? The pen trick. Picture this. A thief grabs a pen, a knife, anything sharp, and jams it into your zipper. Teeth split wide open, they raid your loot, then zip it back like nothing happened. You'd never even know till it's too late. So, how do you fight back? Get a suitcase with anti-slash zippers. Game over for that trick. Stuck with an old school zipper? No sweat. Slap on some cable ties or plastic seals at the ends. It won't stop them from cutting in, but they can't hide the evidence. It'll scream, "Someone's been in here!" Want to level up? Wrap your bag in plastic or strap it with a luggage belt. A fully sealed fortress like that? Thieves will think twice. Too much hassle. Just make sure you're done packing before you wrap it, or you'll be cursing at check-in. Bottom line, these guys have hours alone with your bag in those supposedly secure rooms. No one watching them. If there's a bad apple in the bunch, they'll always target easy prey. Make your luggage a hassle to open, and they'll skip yours and find an easier victim. Okay, here's the twist. All that genius packing I just taught you, totally useless if some jerk doesn't crack your bag open, but just grabs the whole dang thing like it's theirs. Yup, checked luggage gets swiped most often right at the baggage claim after you land. Sneaky, right? Here's how to shut that down. First off, don't roll up with a suitcase that's too flashy. Real talk, a fancy, pricey bag is like a neon sign screaming, "Steal me, I've got treasures inside." Already got a slick one? No biggie. Slap a beat-up cover on it or plaster it with stickers till it looks like it's been through a war zone. Bonus, this trick makes it stand out from the sea of boring black bags on the belt. You know how it is. Half the time, people snag your bag by mistake, because it's a twin to theirs. Make it loud, make it yours, so it's a no-brainer to spot. Here's a must-do. Stick your info on the outside, a little tag tucked somewhere sneaky. If some clown tries to play dumb and claim it's theirs, you've got proof to shove in their face and call security over in 2 seconds flat. Sorry, buddy, that's my name on it. Want the ultimate ace up your sleeve? Toss an AirTag in there. If some thief bolts with your bag, you'll track it down like a freaking detective. True story. A lady in Florida followed her stolen luggage straight to an airport worker's house. Busted with the evidence. Fun fact, in 2023, a dude in San Diego got nabbed on camera hauling off 12 bags from the claim. Sold them at a flea market. So, tone down the bling, jazz it up with stickers, slap your name on it, and hide an AirTag inside. Or your bag's next stop might be someone else's trunk. Let's settle this once and for all. Soft versus hard suitcases? People argue about it all the time, but after years of jetting around, I'm calling it. Soft bags are king for carry-ons, hard shells rule for checked luggage. Why? Stick with me. For your carry-on, a soft bag's your buddy. Tons of pockets to stash your passport, tickets, whatever, and grab them fast. But for checked bags, you've got to go hard shell, like tank-level tough. First off, it's a thief's worst nightmare. No zippers to slash open with a quick pen trick. And trust me, once you hand that bag over at check-in, it's off on a wild ride. Picture this. It's bouncing through conveyors, dodging traps, heading to the plane's belly, then clawing its way back to the claim belt. One loose zipper or flimsy thread on a soft bag gets snagged, boom, ripped to shreds, and good luck getting anyone to own up to it. Those soft bags with a million pockets? Yeah, they're just begging to get caught in the system. And oh man, the abuse doesn't stop there. There's this metal arm in the sorting chaos, like a baggage-smashing beast, slamming stuff left and right, built to shove 100-pound loads. Got a fancy French wine not tied down? Say hello to a soaked wardrobe. Then it hits the carts, buzzing around at 15 miles per hour. I've seen bags tumble off and get flattened while the driver doesn't even flinch. Next up, inside tight planes like a 737, handlers are chucking your stuff 30 feet from back to front. Fragile goods in a soft bag? You're dreaming if you think they'll make it. Even mid-flight, a nasty turbulence jolt can toss things around. Soft bags flop like a rag doll, but hard shells, they stand tough. Hard shell suitcases take all that punishment like a champ. And if you want an extra layer of defense, those plastic wrap stations at most airports can be a lifesaver. They seal your bag shut, make it harder for anyone to tamper with, and give fragile items a little cushion. It works. No doubt. But here's something most people forget. Environmental experts have been warning about the overuse of plastic wrap. One-time wraps on millions of bags? That's a massive waste problem waiting to explode. So instead of wrapping out of habit, be smart about it. Use it when you're flying through high-risk airports or checking something fragile or expensive. And whenever possible, go for eco-friendly wrap options. Best combo? A durable hard-shell suitcase with a built-in lock and a smart occasional wrap when the trip calls for it. That way your stuff stays safe, and the planet does too. Fun stat, over 2.8 million bags got mangled in the US last year. Don't let yours be one of them. Go hard or go home, folks. Okay, so you've locked it down, gone hard shell, tricked out your bag, thinking you're untouchable, right? Well, hold up. If you're a frequent flyer rocking a high-end suitcase, or jetting off on business trips with gear worth more than my rent, here's the cold truth. You need insurance. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Let's break it down. Those swanky suitcases? We're talking $1,000, $3,000, even $5,000 just for the bag. Then toss in your laptop, fancy suits, maybe a watch that screams, "I've made it." That's a walking goldmine. And guess what? Airlines aren't exactly rushing to fork over big cash when your stuff goes missing or gets smashed. Their payouts? Peanuts. Maybe $500 if you're lucky. Good luck replacing your Rimowa with that. So if you're the type who flies all the time or loves that premium luggage life, insurance is your VIP ticket to peace of mind. Here's how to play it smart. First, check if you've got a fancy credit card like an Amex Platinum. That bad boy comes with a perk. $1,250 per item if your bag goes poof on a trip. No extra charge. Yup, it's baked into the card's $695 annual fee, kicking in every time something goes sideways, as long as you paid for the flight with it. Decent backup, sure, but if your suitcase alone costs $3,000, that's just a Band-Aid, not a real fix. What you really want is a beefy travel insurance plan. Something with $3,000 to $5,000 of coverage for your luggage and all the goodies inside, all year long. Companies like Travel Guard or Allianz have these sweet annual plans, perfect if you're always on the move. And if you've got high roller gear, you can bump it up. Think $10,000 for that laptop or diamond-crusted carry-on. One policy, every trip covered, no per-flight hassle. Why mess around buying insurance every time you fly when you can lock it in for the whole year? Pro move. Snap pics of your bag, keep receipts, all that jazz. When some baggage handler yeets your stuff into oblivion, you'll have proof to cash in. Fun fact, over 2.8 million bags got wrecked or lost in the US last year alone, and I bet plenty of those were high rollers like yours. Don't roll the dice. Get insured, or you're just begging for a heartbreak at 30,000 feet. You've got all the rules down. Locked, tracked, insured, the works. But before wrapping this up, let's dive into some real-life luggage nightmares. Straight-up true stories. These are checked bags getting jacked in wild ways, how the crooks pull it off, and what can be done to flip the script. Buckle up. This gets nuts. First up, picture a guy strolling out of Dallas Airport to catch a shuttle. Bam! There's his checked suitcase, just chilling on the pavement, no tags, no labels, nada. Someone had yanked all the ID off it. He reports it, and the staff just shrug, say it's a slick trick some shady workers use. They peel off the labels so no one can trace it, leaving it there till things cool off and a thief sneaks back to snag it. Sneaky insider move, right? Crafty staff banking on chaos. The fix? Slap on tough tags, metal ones they can't rip off easy, and toss an air tag inside. That way, if it vanishes, the owner can ping it faster than the crook can blink. Oh, and shout it out to security pronto. Don't let them brush it off. Then there's this gem from Chicago. A dude's at baggage claim when some joker bolts with his bag, swearing it's his own. Cops roll up and get this. They're siding with the thief at first. The guy's not having it. He calls out the chief, says he can prove it's his. Bets if he's right, the crook's toast. The thief mumbles some vague junk. Shirts and pants. So they pop it open, and bam, the owner's staring him down while the guy's sweating bullets. Bag's his, loud and proud. Crook lands in jail, cops get a tongue lashing from their boss. Classic outsider play, snagging bags off the belt, betting on the crowd. The counter? Tag it with a name, inside and out. Make it scream ownership, and stand firm to prove it if push comes to shove. And check this juicy one from the headlines. Last year in Fort Lauderdale, a lady's bag disappears. Turns out an airport worker nabbed it and hauled it home. She tracks it with an AirTag. Bam! Busted right at his front door. That's next-level insider theft, swiping the whole thing, not just the goodies. Same deal. AirTag's the secret weapon, and insurance has the backup if they pull a fast one. So here's the deal. These crooks come in two flavors. Insiders stripping tags or snatching bags in the back, and outsiders bluffing their way out at the claim. Either way, the game's not over. Tough tags, smart tracking, proof of ownership, and a loud yell to security can turn the tables. The tools are there. Use them, or that bag's the next headline. So, there you have it, folks. Airports might look like Fort Knox, but your checked bag? It's still fair game for the slickest crooks out there. From shady insiders to baggage claim bandits, they're gunning for your stuff. But armed with these 7 rules, carry-on smarts, slick locks, no sketchy junk, thief-proof tricks, loud tags, hard shells, and a beefy insurance plan, you're ready to roll safe. Don't sleep on that bonus round either. Those real stories? They're your wake-up call. Keep your gear locked down and your eyes peeled, because no one's snagging your bag on this watch. Love these tips? Smash that like button. Drop your wildest luggage stories below. Seriously, we want to hear them. And hit subscribe for more travel hacks. Stay sharp out there.